It's like,
I know.
is it happening? Oh my gosh. And it happened just like that. Amazing. It's always great when things start working the way that they're supposed to. Hey guys, I'm Jared Jarvis. I'm here today with Renee Bromett and Leanne Mason. Uh, just before the things started going live and we were getting ready to do this, we realized we should stop talking because we were sharing all of the best tips just between the three of us, and it's amazing how we continue to learn from each other. So we figured, you know what, let's go live, let's talk to you guys a little bit about this. So Leanne, tell us a little bit about what our topic is for today.
So today's topic is supporting comfort, recovery, and an active lifestyle. And yesterday I had dental work done. Today, my daughter had dental work done. And I was telling him I wanted to just use natural solutions. So I had used the deep blue along the jaw line on both sides, and then the deep blue polyphenol complex internally. And then they started telling me the other things that I will make sure that my daughter does. So she's well supported. So let's go into it.
Well, Jared started talking about layering because, like, first off, the deep blue rub, the deep blue stick are amazing on their own. And if you layer them with additional oils, so first off, you can layer deep blue oil with the deep blue rub or the deep blue stick, which is good. But along the jawline, especially if there's any sort of clenching or tension, I was saying lemongrass is absolutely phenomenal because lemongrass helps with that connective tissue. And then I was also thinking that birch is the oil of support. It also helps with pain relief. So birch, and then using the deep blue rub or the deep blue stick. And of course, the deep blue polyphenols are amazing on their own, but if you do like a deep blue polyphenol with a turmeric and a copaiba, it's like one, two, three magic.
Yeah, and sometimes we forget that right there on that tube of deep blue rub, it says to kick it up a notch, layer it with an oil. And so there were a couple of oils that are my, kind of go-tos. I love lavender for soothing, and so that could be something you put right there along that jawline. It's great for teething. It's great for other things. And we're going to have you give a disclaimer here in just a moment. But before that, lavender, you could also use past tense. Deep blue, certainly. Those would be a couple of my go-tos. Copaiba and or frankincense.
As a reminder, we are not doctors. We cannot diagnose or treat. We are educators, and we love to share our information.
I love that. Okay, so then the other thing is what I had done was a crown had to be removed because it had cracked. And so it was getting decay where I couldn't brush, I couldn't, and the decay was actually going down the crack deeper into the gum line. So my gums are super tender today. So usually when I have issues with my gums, then I will use a little bit of On Guard in there. But today it burned. So what would be your second go-to that you for me? Because I was thinking like, okay, I'm like, okay, I need something so it's not warm, a warm oil.
Jared, you want to take this or you want me to take this?
Absolutely. No, I've got a couple ideas. So first off, especially when we're talking about things where there is a presence of an infection and you're getting into things like that, and in the mouth, there is something called oil pulling. And if you're not familiar with oil pulling, this is quite literally taking a little bit of like coconut oil, putting it in there, putting a drop of oil in there, and we'll talk about a couple of those oils here in a second, and just kind of swishing it in and out. And then when you're done with all of that, spitting that oil out. You don't want to swallow that. That is a important part of that. But you can do that for sometimes people do it for 15, 20 minutes. I don't have the patience to do it for that long. So I'm lucky if I'm able to go kind of 5 minutes and then I'm good. But again, there's a couple oils that I would use. Certainly you could use lavender, but we're talking in a diluted basis. You could use, I know you said On Guard, but I would use actually frankincense. Frankincense is my go-to, especially when we're talking about those soft tissues and some of those types of different things. I think just supporting that body's ability to respond to what is going on is going to be one of those things that I would be most interested in doing.
I'd fully forgotten about oil pulling. I probably will do a drop of frankincense and a drop of copaiba because that will also help how the gums are inflamed right there. Now, I'm also going to tell you guys, it's very tree, very earthy. Those oils are they have a flavor to them that is more like chewing on bark, but it's totally worth it in this case.
All right, I'm going to give my suggestion, but as a reminder, we are not doctors. We just play one on TV. I'm just kidding. Okay, so I would say, and it's going to burn for just a second, clove, straight clove, and it burns for just a second and then it numbs. And this is what we do to teething babies. And if you're really nice, you will dilute it. But if you're that mama that is just like, oh my gosh, I just need to get that to you, just a little bit of clove right along the gum, and they cry for just about 20 seconds, and then all of a sudden they go, oh, and
See,
they're
and
good.
that's why I figured about On Guard because it has clove and cinnamon and wild
The
orange.
cinnamon will get you.
The cinnamon is what's
Yeah.
kicking you.
Yeah. I would do just the straight clove, which tastes terrible. Some people love that clove taste, but
Hey, maybe adding it into those other two, it's not going to be so bad, right? Okay, so let's talk about other ways that we use doTERRA's Deep Blue product line to
can,
support us.
before we jump into that, can I just, as a reminder, doTERRA has toothpaste, which is amazing to use. It also has On Guard mouthwash. So the mouthwash is super helpful in a lot of these situations as well.
Yes, I love that.
Okay.
I use the entire product line, and I'm pretty sure Jared and Rone do as well. So we have the Deep Blue Oil, which is the product of the month. We have the polyphenol complex that we've already talked about, the original Deep Blue Rub, and the Deep Blue Stick. And we love these products for various reasons. And I know that Rone is old school. So Rone, talk about the rub.
I just love the rub. There is just something that's absolutely amazing about the Deep Blue rub. And I tend to layer it, especially if I'm dealing with like where there's a joint, like knees or elbows or shoulders. I will do a drop of frankincense, a drop of marjoram, a drop of lemongrass, maybe a drop of copaiba, and sometimes it's not even a full drop, by the way, because I have the little bottle, so it's like a third of a drop of frankincense, marjoram, lemongrass, copaiba, and then just a tiny like pea size or half a pea size over the top, because essential oils are amazing, but they will lose 80% efficacy due to flash off, which just means they evaporate off of the skin. And ways to drive it deeper are to apply moist heat, so like a warm compress, or to massage a lot, or oh, we lost Jared, or to just put a carrier oil over the top of it. And that carrier oil is heavier and it weighs it down. And so this Deep Blue Rub is an amazing carrier oil that has a lot of just all that goodness that helps with releasing tension and occasional aches. Is that how we
I
can
love
say it?
that.
Yep,
So I know that
that's
Jared loves the oil because he does a lot of aroma touch techniques. So Jared, talk to us about the oil itself.
absolutely. So I've been a big fan of Deep Blue, and if you guys have not seen Deep Blue, and put a drop in the palm of your hand, and you're looking at it and thinking that's a little bit blue, you're right. That is a little bit blue, and it is that blue that is actually one of the active ingredients that is going to be helping you because it is a fantastic antioxidant. And we're talking helping your body get what it needs to be able to release and respond appropriately when we're dealing with stress, when we're dealing with those occasional aches and pains brought on by life. And so Deep Blue, the oil, by the way, it comes in a 5 ml bottle. It's a fantastic little bottle. If you want the 15 ml bottle, there is a catch. There is a way to be able to get it. And this is so cool. It's part of the Aroma Touch kit. Okay, so that is one way to be able to get that 15 ml bottle. It's in fact the only way to be able to get that 15 ml bottle. But we use a lot of Deep Blue oil around here because I love the Aroma Touch technique. I think Deep Blue is one of the cornerstones of that, that really drives home that release that comes, that people experience when they're going through the Aroma Touch. And I love being able to kind of help people feel that relief. That is a big part of that. And by the way, guys, don't think it's only about me, serving other people. I get all those benefits too when I'm giving an Aroma Touch. So if you are here local in Arizona, if you're in Minneapolis, if you're up in Utah, there are people that are available to do Aroma Touches. We would love to be able to introduce you to this and help people to be able to learn a little bit more about this technique. If you want more information, reach out to one of the three of us, and we will be more than happy to help you be able to figure out how to get that and be able to get it some pretty good bonuses this month.
Well, and I added the Aroma Touch training kit. If you buy the Aroma Touch kit, you can pay just barely anything more, and you get the full training program with it. So I love that. It's the refill kit is $230 retail. The training is $250 retail. So for $20, you can be trained, and it's a at your own pace virtual training. You watch the videos, then you practice. It's amazing. So I dropped that link. So we've given you a lot of great information. The Deep Blue line is incredible. We all use it. I say it's used daily for sure at our house, multiple times between all of us. So support your body, support your recovery. Any other thoughts, you guys?
I'm going to add one other plug for one other product, a little bit different, but in the same, in the same group of products that can help. And that is Past Tense. Guys, I am absolutely in love with Past Tense. Have been for a long, long time. I know, Renee, part of the reason you're here is because of Past Tense.
Yep.
And it is so amazing. But I got a phone call just 2 days ago, and my very just amazing daughter-in-law, she was on an airplane. And the lady that was sitting next to her had this awful, awful headache. And so what did she do? She pulled out her little bottle of Past Tense. And before that plane landed, the headache was gone. The lady said, I need this. How do I get it? By the way, she's here from Denmark. And she's like, how do I get this? And she gave her my number. And we've had this ongoing text going back and forth. And she is so excited to get her hands on this Past Tense because she gets these kinds of headaches on a real regular basis. And Past Tense was the first thing that had knocked that out. And so it's so cool when people have those experiences. We love hearing these experiences. And so if you have a product, whether it's Deep Blue, whether it's Past Tense, whether it's one of those products that you have just fallen in love with, that it is your go-to, and that it's going to work for you for something, I actually want to hear about some of those testimonials. Can we collect some of those testimonials today down in the comments?
I would love that. I put, what is your go-to oil?
Right on.
So I also linked, I love that you talked about Past Tense because the stick has actually become something. I have one in my purse. I have one at my desk. We have one in the medicine kit that we keep. I say medicine kit, but really it's doTERRA products. But
As a reminder, doTERRA is not medicine. It is food for your body. And when your body's nutritionally fed, your body heals itself.
I love that. So we've given you lots of great products and things to think about. We hope that you actually interact with us. I know we get private messages, but we'd love to see some of your stuff in the comments because it helps others as well. So thanks for joining us. We'll see you next time on Wednesday Wellness.
Bye.